All right, this is lesson 9, sequencing transformations. All right, with your partner and your transparency, complete the following activity. In the following pictures, triangle ABC can be traced onto a transparency and mapped onto triangle A prime, B prime, C prime. Which basic transformation or sequence of would map one triangle onto the other? Okay. This first one, if we use our transparency, okay, I am going to draw A, B, and C. Okay. For this one, you can see that we have a flip. If I were to flip this, just like this, okay, that is a reflection. Okay. Picture 2 is not as easy, but if I were to take and draw a straight line here along B and A and just extend it here and extend that B prime and A prime here. You can see, and I'm actually going to label this one point B here so that we know. What I can do is I'm actually rotating this. I'm rotating it down here, okay? So if I rotate it, what I can do is I can check with my ruler from the one point to the other. Here we go. I am finding what that measurement is, and it's a measurement. Oh, let me find it there. Oh, there we go. Okay, of about 60 degrees. So that is a rotation of 60 degrees. Okay. Now these others, we're going to be doing the same thing here. Let me move this so I can get it to it when I need it. Okay. The next two are the same thing. If I draw a line for this right here with my ruler, okay, I'm going to draw a line here. And here. I can rotate it, actually. Here, I can rotate it to here and then reflect it or flip it. So to find the rotation of that again, here's my rotating. So I'm rotating it about 32 degrees. So a rotation. Of 30 degrees and a reflection. The next one is a translation and a rotation. So here I'm going to draw a line that goes straight, and I'm going to show you why. That's going to go straight across here, and then one that's going to come down this way. And the reason I'm showing you this one is because if I take this and I translate it up even with my B prime, and I translate it over to the left, then I can rotate it, just like that. Okay, so when I do that, I have my translation. I have my translation up and to the left, and then I need to find how many degrees I've rotated that, which is about 12. So translation, up and left, and then rotation, about 10 degrees, and that is clockwise. And it's one thing I didn't write on these, so let me do that. This is clockwise. This was also clockwise. And this one here was also clockwise. This last one actually is all three. Okay. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate it. And here's how I'm going to do that. I want to make it line up. Oh, let me move this down. I didn't realize you couldn't see that. Sorry, guys. I'm actually going to have it line up with ABC prime. Okay, so I'm going to draw that line so it lines up. With B. And I'm going to rotate it. So I have to draw my line here. And extend it out. So now I'm going to rotate it. About 30 degrees. Clockwise. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to rotate it 30 degrees clockwise. Then I'm going to translate it up and to the left and then reflect it. So translate up and left and then reflect, or reflection. Okay. So that's how we do those three. Okay. Next, I'm going to use my pen for this one, because the next one that we are going to do is going to take this and I'm going to put the points in afterwards. So I'm going to write it because I want to make sure that you can see it. So A says to reflect across the vertical line parallel to the y-axis, and it says going through point 1, 0. So here's the point 1, 0, and it's parallel. So I'm going to draw a line down here. So this is the line that we are reflecting over. And so our points are going to be here, here, and 2 here, 1, 2 here. So we have C prime, we have B prime, and A prime. So now we are going to draw our triangle, always with your ruler. Okay. So that's our reflection over 1, 0. And our points, I'm going to tell you what those are in a second, because then we have to move it down. Part B says to then reflect A prime, B prime, C prime over the horizontal line parallel to the x-axis, going through 0, -1, which would be here. 0, -1, which is this point right here. So I'm going to draw that line right here. Always make sure you go through the entire coordinate plane. Okay. So now I'm going to draw that. So we have 2 going up, so we're going to have 2 going down. And the same thing for A. And then for C, we've got 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2, 3, 4, 5. We have C double prime, B double prime, and A double prime. We have to draw our triangle. So that's how we draw it. Okay. Now let's work on our points. Okay. So point A prime is -2, 1. So A prime is -2, 1. B prime is -1, 1. And C prime is -1, 4. Now for A double prime, B double prime, C double prime, that would be A double prime would be -2, 3. B double prime is -1, 3. And C double prime is -1, 6. And I apologize, I didn't put in A, B, and C. But here are your new points. Let me put them in. A is 4, 1. B is 3, 1. And C is 3, 2. Or sorry, 3, 4. Okay. Then it says, is there a single transformation that would map triangle ABC to triangle A double prime, B double prime, C double prime? Well, let's check that out. Okay, let's draw that on our transparency. And let's see if that's true. I believe it is. I believe it should be 180 degrees, about 1, -1. I believe it's about this point. Here's B. And let's see if we can rotate that 180 degrees. And we can. So the answer is yes. It's a rotation. (180 degrees), either clockwise or counterclockwise. About the point. (1, -1). Okay. Next, and I believe last, yep, we have, it says describe a sequence of transformations that will map ABC to P, Q, and R. So let's do C. Let's draw this. C, A, B, and C. So if I were to reflect this over the y-axis, it would look like this. And then if I were to go down, it would be here. So I can reflect it over the y-axis. So reflection. And then a translation. And we would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units. Down. Let me move that over just a little bit. There you go. Okay. That ends our lesson for today.